Right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Welcome back to Greedfall. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. All of that. Good evening. Hope everybody had a nice, relaxing, and all that New Year, or start of the New Year, I guess I'd say. And hope everyone is continuing to have a wonderful Christmas season. We are right here, ready to pick up where we left off for Greedfall tonight. I'm a little bit apprehensive to let the. Oh wait, hold on. I think my head's in the wrong spot. I think I belong up here tonight. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's better. Don't want to block anything. Anyway, like I said, thank you all. Thank you for joining me tonight. We are just about to get back into still some companion quests. We have Petrus's quest tonight, and hopefully we'll get to some more main plot stuff involving poor Constantine. Major plot developments last time. That was good to see. Things moving along very quickly, very suddenly, and to a degree unexpectedly. Let's see. Who do we have? We have Petrus and we have Kurt, right? It's nighttime. That's fine. Actually, no, wait. We should speak with them. We should speak to Petrus in here. Let's keep this thing going. I have, like I said, off stream, I did a little bit of equipping and crafting and all of that fun stuff, so you don't have to watch it. And also leveling up. Got a new sword that I can wield now. Crouch. All right, so let's see what this thing is that Petrus wants us to do.
Are you ready to put our plan against the Mother Cardinal in motion?
Say again, please.
Remind me of the outline of your plan, Father.
You will have to take part in a fight in the arena, and we must make sure that the odds are high. To do this, you'll have to face a champion. This will lure her in.
That would effectively raise the odds, but the risk is they'll bet against me.
That may be the case, but the highest bets are based on the exact time of the defeat.
I see. We are going to make the Mother Cardinal believe that I will lose at a specific time.
And by doing so, you'll win something bigger than a fight.
This will make her lose a considerable amount.
Exactly. I've even taken measures to make sure her usual moneylender is unavailable. Without knowing it, she will come to me looking for gold in order to place her bet.
And she will be at our mercy. Is this how you settle scores in Thélème?
This is how all scores are settled, my child. Or on the battlefield. But that's much dirtier. So, what do you say?
I mean, yes, but I'm still not perfectly clear as to how this is going to work, but we'll see. We're going to make her assume that the fight is rigged, I suppose? Ooh, that's good. Nice, warm, toasty spice brandy. Yeah, let's do this, I suppose.
It's a complicated plan, but an effective one. Let's put it in motion.
Let's go back to the St. Matthias bookmaker. Your skills seem to interest him.
Yeah, let's keep Kurt. That'll be fine. All right, back we go. This really does seem a little overcomplicated. But, I mean, given the situation, and given that we are trying to implicate the governor functionally of the entire Thélème settlement, maybe overcomplicated isn't the worst thing, I suppose.
Good day.
Welcome. You here to wager? To fight?
Wait, which one do we need to do? I know we need to challenge a champion, but should I do that now or ask? Let's see what's going on first. Hold on.
On what would we be betting?
On the fights in the arena. You never heard of them? Quite a few come here and bet fortunes.
And do they win?
A few do. Others have less luck. But they do get the thrill either way, you see. And that's all that counts.
Okay, let's go for it.
I want to challenge the champion of the arena.
A champion? Really? Now, you were asking about Candy Cane. It wouldn't be him that sent you here by any chance.
No, no one has sent me. I'm looking to make a reputation for myself.
Okay.
Ah,
I mean, we already
better.
did beat
It's true,
the
you're
other
talent.
arena.
The public does
so.
like you. Let me think. There's Briscard, one of our old champions. It's been a while since he fought, but he did ask me to set something up for him. He's not a youngster anymore, but his name is known. And he's a killer. I'm warning you.
This Briscard sounds like the perfect opponent.
A deal!
The guy who
I'll work
literally
on
wants to
getting
kill
things
me.
ready for
Okay.
combat and line up the betting. Until then, make sure you're ready. It'll be a duel. Your friends will need to stay in their seats. As soon as you're ready, you'll just need to go and see the arena master.
Okay.
We should go and see Candy Cane so he can set up our deal. So when you win, she will lose her bet.
Okay, then. All right. Candy cane, huh?
Here comes our pay, boys!
I accidentally have my, I did not mean to have my sword ready, but okay. It works. Need health. Oops. It's fine. Everything turned out fine. Alright. Anyway, that was a disaster. I mean, it wasn't a disaster. It turned out just fine, but it could have been a disaster. Anyway. Loot. That's better. Oh, okay, that did it. Okay. I was trying to stun them, but they died. So, alright. I've been wondering whether I may have, maybe perhaps that easy is a little bit too easy for combat, but then again, it's also not exactly what I'm here on the stream for, so it's fine. It's fine.
Candy Cane is not here. At least not yet. Remember, my child, the bookmaker told us that he hangs around here at night.
Yes,
That's
I know
true.
that.
You're right. Let's come back later.
Okay, that means we have to go back to our house, which I have to go the long way. Or no, I don't. I have to go this way. Alright, that's fine. Sleep for a while. Ooh, loot. Wait. Oh, this is the port. Where's our house? Where's our residence? This is the square. It's right past here. Okay. All right. Go upstairs and take a snooze. Sleep until nighttime. Even though it was just nighttime. I was just barely not fast enough to get Candy Cane, unfortunately. Which remains possibly the dumbest and one of the creepiest code names for a criminal I've maybe ever heard. Very seldom do you get a nickname that is both dumb and creepy. I think the trouble is that it's creepy in the kind of I'd rather not associate with you kind of way than the ominous kind of way, you know? Like, I kind of get pervert vibes from someone calling himself Candy Cane.
this time.
Why so defensive? Petrus, you have a proposal to make, I believe.
That's right. I've thought of a little scheme that could make us all very rich. You know me, so you also know I'm quite clever, and that my ideas are always fruitful.
You have a reputation of being a first-class manipulator.
Wait, at least listen to our proposal.
You really take me for an idiot. Gentlemen.
Are you serious? Fine. 75% chance success? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. That at least that maintains my record of never even once succeeding at a charisma check on the first try. Never once. As long as there was less than 100% chance of success, I have always failed. Every time. No exceptions. Feel free to correct me on that, but I'm fairly certain there were no exceptions to that. Someone was paying closer attention than I was. Did it again. This way. All right, here we go. Let's save this time. We can spam it if we need to.
You again?
Let's try again.
Why so defensive?
That you and the...
They do say that you are devious. Perhaps too much so for your own good. Go on.
Maybe.
My friend here loves the glory and sand of the arena.
I've gained quite a reputation. Soon I'll be taking on a true champion. I'm no fool though. I know I won't last long again.
Yeah, I've seen the odds. Everyone expects you to lose within a minute. So what?
Let us suppose that our champion is a little less aggressive than usual.
If the fight can last at least 5 minutes, an informed better would win the jackpot.
And I'd keep a little of my pride.
Very well, I'll arrange it. But no dirty tricks. Don't take advantage of the deal and try to beat the champion. If you do, he'll wipe the floor with... You want to get your money, don't get too greedy.
I wonder if I'll be able to do it. Eric, I assume you're listening. Is there a... What are the chances of actually beating this guy? This champion? How feasible is that? What's with the combat music? Someone's going to attack us, but who and where? Never mind. I kind of want to tempt it. He's really easy. Oh, well, okay then. In that case, that sounds phenomenal. Alright, let's go back to our residence. Sleep a day. Even though we've already slept 17 hours. That's a normal thing to do. Just, you know, sleep for 17 hours straight and then 20 something, and then, yeah, no big deal. Like I said, perfectly normal. Okay. Alright, we have like a minute to get there. I assume we don't have to be exactly on time. It's fine. The coin guard, yeah, the coin guard's right there. The tavern. Okay. All right. Not so hard. Made beef jerky today as well. I'll be snacking on occasionally. Mm. Okay. So we're supposed to defeat the champion. I mean, that's what the quest says, so I might as well do it. Alrighty then. 1v1 me, bro.
Ready to excite the crowd? Ah, there you are. I was told you'd be taking on one of our old champions. Are you ready for the fight? Beware. Contrary to the challenges, this combat must be fought alone. Your friends must remain in the stands.
Alright, ready? Let's do it.
Yes, I am ready.
So, jump into the arena, and may the better fighter win.
Get rid of your armor for a minute. Get rid of a little more armor. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. That was easy.
What a brilliant spectacle. Congratulations on your victory.
Thank you. It wasn't easy.
And
I
here
mean-
are your winnings from the combat.
Okay.
You've earned them.
Bravo! A glorious victory, which is made all the sweeter by double compensation.
I don't believe I've ever seen you happier. The thought of holding something over Cornelius seems to do you wonders.
That is true. Politics is an extremely subtle game, and just as satisfying as fighting in an arena.
I imagine we need to go and see her now.
Yes, and I hope you will enjoy the moment every bit as much as I will.
I mean, so this is actually an interesting opportunity to discuss something strange. Who wrote about this? I think it was Walter Block. Hold on. I'll look it up and I'll see if I can find something about this later after the stream. I think this is Walter Block, but I could be wrong. It could have been somebody else. Wrote extensively about on the libertarian legal theory surrounding blackmail. And so, in general, libertarian legal theory is primarily focused around coercion and what constitutes coercion. And, of course, the difference between aggression and non-aggression. Right? What is the violation of someone's right, and what isn't? And so, I think this was Block, so I'm just going to say Block for now. And if I got that wrong, I apologize both to Walter Block and to whoever I'm misattributing this from. But in any case, the idea is that on at least this reading of a strict non-aggression principle-based libertarian legal theory, that blackmail, even blackmail that demands money, or blackmail that we would colloquially at least say coerces behavior, that blackmail does not technically constitute aggression. And so, there would be nothing criminal about blackmail from this legal perspective. Now, I'm not fully convinced by this argument. I think that there are potential issues to the argument for this. Now, I'm aware I have not yet given the argument. But before I do that, I wanted to make it clear that, again, I'm not 100% set on this argument. So I'm not I'm not quite ready to wholeheartedly defend this, but I will give it a shot because I think it's, if nothing else, it is a fascinating argument. So the point is to consider what it is that we have a right to. In other words, what would constitute aggression if someone did something to us or someone took something from us? And so we begin talking about blackmail. Do you have a right to something like your reputation? Or do you have a right to what other people say about you? So, the typical answer to this, shy of something like fraud or defamation that constitutes fraud, and that would be the key, again, in libertarian legal theory. Fraud is the key because it has to do with the exchange of false services. You're effectively stealing from somebody if you commit fraud. Defamation would do similar things, right? You're spreading false information about someone else that is going to prevent them from entering into contracts and relationships that they otherwise could have. So you're doing direct damage to them. You're interfering with their relationships with other people. Now, blackmail, on the other hand, constitutes not fraud nor even defamation, technically. Blackmail constitutes the threat, so to speak, of telling true information, of spreading, making public true information that you have come across somehow. And so, that is something that you have a right to unilaterally do. And this is even the case under current legal theory, at least by US law. It is perfectly legal to spread true information about someone so long as it was legally obtained. That's totally legal. And so, the question then arises, why would someone not have the legal right to set the conditions for not doing something that they're perfectly legally capable of doing? It's like if suppose someone really didn't want me doing these live streams, or really didn't want me doing them Monday nights because they have other stuff to do Monday nights, and they want to be here but they can't be here Monday. So suppose somebody wants me to do to do these on a day other than Monday. I have a right to do this on a day other than Monday. I can say, hey, all right, I'll do these Tuesday if you give me $100 a week, or if you give me $500 a week, or if you give me $10,000 a week. And depending on how much they want me to stream on Tuesdays instead of Mondays, this is an ordinary exchange that they could presumably they could legally agree to. But that changes when, instead of they want me to stream on Tuesdays instead of Mondays, this somehow changes when it's they want me to not say something publicly about something untoward that they have done that I've legally found out about. Right? Which, again, is something I could do. I could, right now, just say something about someone I happen to know who has done something that they don't want people to know about. Right? Nothing comes to mind, really. I don't acquire secrets really like this, like Patras might. But the argument goes, if I have a right to give that information, and I have a right not to, then why is it that I don't have a legal right to ask someone what they would be willing to do for me not to do it? Now, this isn't well put. This is an argument that I read like a year or two ago, maybe two, maybe even longer than that. So I don't know all the details perfectly, and I probably can't put forward a full defense of this argument. My issue with this is, of course, what you are attempting to get someone to do. And if nothing else, so whether it's criminal or not, it's clearly unethical. Particularly if it involves coercing someone into doing something that is wrong. That's ethically wrong. And then of course, or worse, coercing somebody into doing something criminal. And then worse, if you use that further criminality or even just socially unacceptable, shameful action, if you use that for further blackmail, you get them to keep digging their hole deeper, that gets even worse. And oh god, why did I shoot someone? Okay, my bad. No, we're good. Just kidding. I was kidding. That was a joke. Oops. Anyway, that is something like the argument that, again, I think was from Walter Block about blackmail. Now, that does assume that the information was legally obtained, was non-criminally obtained. We just saw here I think constitutes fraud. It's at least fraud on the part of Candy Cane, because he was accepting a bet under false pretenses. Of course, you can maybe justify that with something like, oh, it's just asymmetry of information, but that's really sketchy. On the other hand, what we did to get Candy Cane to set this up was also probably fraud, but at the same time, he can admit the possibility, or he admit the possibility that we would try to beat the champion, and he just thought we couldn't do it. Right? So maybe this is on the up and up, but it's a hell of a stretch. So there are sketchy elements to this. Let's just say that.
Lord de Sardet. And you, Petrus. What can I do for you?
We have come to offer our support. We have learned that the arena was cruel to you.
How do you know that? Oh, I see. You tricked my informer.
Will you just let him believe that I would lose?
All I did was take the place of your moneylender. You owe me a handsome sum.
All of this just to make me spill the beans, am I right? I didn't expect you to play this kind of game, Your Excellency. It is true, though, that with such a teacher...
Oh, come on, Cornelia. You excel at this game.
It's true. And I also know when to admit defeat. What do you want from me?
We won't use what we know of you, nor what you owe us, so long as you act loyally towards the congregation and Constantine. Is that clear?
Is that what you're expecting? But I'm sure that this sly old fox has something else.
It's a big game. That's a big play.
Right. You hope that I'll support you when you court the rank of cardinal? You haven't learnt your lesson, then? Have you forgotten the abyss into which you plunged because of your ambition last time?
Petrus, what is she talking about?
Oh boy.
Cornelia, you don't have the right to use that against me, to disclose what I revealed to you that day.
It was said under the seal of the Enlightened, it's true. But if someone deserves to know, it's him.
No, please.
Since you have no intention of speaking, I will.
Ooh,
Petrus
now this
knew
is
your
sketchy.
Mother, child. Your real mother.
My mother? Petrus, is this true? How?
Be damned, Cornelia. It's true. I knew your mother. I used to go to the jail to give my spiritual support to the prisoners of the Prince d'Orsay. That's where I met her. She was alone, afraid, and exhausted. And so strange. Obviously, I had no way of knowing that she came from here. The princes kept their secret well.
Why didn't you tell me about it? You knew that my uncle lied to me and you kept quiet.
I was ashamed. Ashamed of having left her to die in that dead-end pit. Completely alone.
Why talk to others about it then? Why does she know?
One evening, in a fit of despair, Petrus felt the need to share this great burden with someone.
At the time, you were the ear of the enlightened, Cornelia. You have broken your vows. Ah, damnation. It's better out in the open. I've wanted to tell you about it since I met you. Now that you know, I want to do something.
Wouldn't that...
I will help you find your family here on the island. The prince sent you here to use you. But I can ensure that all of this serves a purpose.
How could I possibly believe you now? You have used me for your scheming and kept me in the dark.
Did you really, though?
I understand how you feel, my child. Let's wait a little, until you've taken it all in. Time heals the wounds of the soul. Come back and see me when you are ready. As for you, Cornelia, remember what we have on you. You no longer have the upper hand.
Be careful, de Sardet. You now see the real Petrus, sly and opportunistic.
So, issues. First of all, if this is... I assume this is relevantly similar to the Seal of Confession, which would then mean that that is basically the equivalent of excommunicable on her behalf, not on Petrus's. So yeah, if we're to take her seriously, that means that means that she's... what she's done is far worse than Petrus. Now, to be fair, he probably should have said something to de Sardet, but it was also probably not his place to say anything. I will say, though, as well, if Petrus is willing to let it be known what he confessed at some point or another, then it also would stand to reason that now the Cardinal breaking the Seal of the Enlightened, as they call it, right? The seal, breaking that vow, which again I take to be a rather solemn vow that would probably, if that became known, would result in her completely losing her position. Not just losing a good deal of money and reputation like the other thing would, but this would politically and in almost every respect completely destroy her. That was not a card to play. That was not a good card for her to play. Because that means that we now, at least as I understand things, we now have even bigger dirt on her, which is her breaking her vow. I don't know, that seems foolish of her. I mean, yes, it was a big bombshell that, was probably not... I mean, that's rather traumatic for poor Stefan, but at the same time, let's do this. Oh, no, let's do this. All right. While we travel. That seems like a foolish bargain on her part. That she gave up... She in retaliation for a fairly big deal. Let's not mince words. That was a big deal that what she told, but and the dirt that Petrus has over her. In sort of retaliation for that, she gives up what at least seems to be what at least seems to be a much bigger deal, a much more extreme bit of dirt, let's say. I don't know. That seems to have been an unwise decision on her part. It's cool looking. Anyway. Alright, let's go. A little bit surprised and disappointed that I didn't get a level from that. Let's leave Petrus for now, though. Let's bring Vasco. Right? What was this? This was about... That was about the coin guard? I think. So I know we're still bringing Kurt. But it's about contraband, so I'm guessing the knots might also be involved, so we'll bring Vasco. We'll go ahead and bring Vasco. That'll be good. Ooh, lots of stuff. Alright.
Oh, it's you on Come and see.
Alright, let's see.
What can I pull for you?
Manfred, the quartermaster of the barracks, told me about your supply problems.
And he sends you? Damn. I didn't think a legate would act in person, but it's nice to see that our problems are taken seriously. I'll explain. Alcohol has been scarce in New Serene for quite some time. Our suppliers in the town are constantly victims of theft, to the point that they're no longer able to supply taverns. I could have managed if my monthly delivery from the continent had arrived as planned, but customs seized my goods.
Oh,
Did they give you a reason?
that's not good at all.
Conservative seizure, they said. Time to check that everything is in order. And now they tell me that they can't return my goods because they've been stolen. Can you believe
Stolen from customs,
it?
huh?
If even customs are getting robbed, what hope do we have?
Huh. This is all rather suspicious. Don't worry. I'll go and see these customs officers and get this cleared up.
That is incredibly suspicious. There's a basement here, too, right? Yeah. Alright, well, let's go talk to this alleged customs officer. Who I'm beginning to suspect is either... I don't know if... I'm wondering if it's... if the customs officer is just, corrupt and is abusing his position, or it could also be just a fake customs officer that pulled the wool over this guy. It's certainly a possibility. I wouldn't rule it out. Hello there.
Customs Officer Alric. What can I do for you?
Desade, I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. I've been told of some issues with customs. I would like some clarification.
I'm listening, Your Excellency.
I was informed that customs was robbed.
Yes, these thieves have quite the nerve. Someone even stole personal belongings this time. Since then,
Well, that's a
I
little
put
odd.
all important things in the chest, but I lost the key. Probably on my way here.
Is that... First of all, is that really what's going on? Because if that is, I way overthought things. Or... somebody took the key, knowing that they would be placed, knowing the goods would be placed in the chest. I don't know. Something's still fishy.
A shipment from the continent bound for the tavern had been seized as a precautionary measure.
Yes, it's possible. We seize cargo sometimes to verify that all taxes to the town have been paid.
Randomly, without a prior formal order.
No, I don't know. Perhaps we received a complaint. That happens sometimes.
I suppose all entries are noted in your records.
Naturally, but I assure you that we only do our job. It was all routine.
Let me summarize. You have confiscated some goods, perhaps because of a report, but you're not sure. Then that same cargo was stolen from you, along with other things in your custody.
Exactly, Your Excellency.
You are either the worst customs officer I've met, or the biggest liar.
Listen, Your Excellency, I made a mistake. It's true, I should not have ordered this seizure. In fact, it was late, and counting the crates would have taken me hours. I decided to postpone it. In the meantime, the goods were stolen. It's unfortunate, but I'm not useless.
You haven't even informed the authorities of this robbery. This is all rather suspicious, Officer Ulrich. So I think it's necessary to conduct this inspection with a search.
Please, Your Excellency.
I'm sure the contents of this chest would be very informative. Maybe we should go to the docks to see if we could find the key that this scatterbrain has lost.
I almost believe him. I'm very close to just believing him. I'm really close to just believing him. And just thinking that he's grossly incompetent and that someone is taking advantage. And he left his key right here. What is this? What is this? No one even stole it. Okay, so, okay. Is he just incompetent and someone's taking advantage of it? Kind of what this seems like. I don't know why, but something about him just seems honestly stupid. Letter from Egon. Ulrich, we will be waiting for you tonight at the quarry, which is near the northern gates. We hope that you will have explanations concerning the mistakes you made during your last operations. It would be a shame if we had to punish you. You have such lovely children. Egon. There's a Ghostbuster after him? That's definitely a threat. Okay, so that's why he was acting sketchy. I understand now.
So, were you satisfied with your inspection, sire?
Look at this.
You work for Egon? Have you come to ensure my loyalty? Well, you can tell him that I didn't say anything, right?
In fact, you just did. So you are a member of this gang?
No, you don't understand. But I am trapped. And it's been like this for months. I am forced to pull off all kinds of tricks in order to settle an old debt.
Egon?
Yes, sir. Either I do what he says, or I lose my children. I've already paid off my debt 100-fold, but he maintains his hold over me. And now I have no choice but to obey when he asks me to divert larger shares of cargo.
Could you help me identify him?
I'd like to, but I've never met him. He gives me his instructions in writing, or sends his men. He wrote the letter you found, or at least I think he did.
I plan to put an end to this individual's activities, so anything you can tell me will be useful.
I hope you manage it, Your Excellency. For the sake of my children, maybe you could come to the meeting he's arranged tonight.
Do you think he will come in person?
I don't know. This is the first time I've received a notice like this. I fear he'll punish me for arousing the innkeeper's suspicions. He doesn't let anything get past him, you know.
Very well, I will come. If only to avoid you paying the price for your stupidity.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'll meet you at the North Gate in the evening.
No offense to our new friend. I'm not sure this Egon will come in person. I'd be surprised if he'd bother moving just to lecture a small fry in his business.
Okay. It's almost evening. I think. How do I tell what time it is? So tell me what time it is. Anywhere. No. Hey, Erica, UI question. Is there any way to know what time it is? That's west. So assuming that the sun moves in the correct direction in the game, which I've seen no indication that it doesn't, does mean it's late afternoon, close to evening. Pause doesn't do it. No. Oh, here he is. That was... Okay, wow.
There you are. Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, let's go.
We have a meeting next to the quarry. As we are early, we should be the first to arrive.
Perfect. I'll hide until they get here.
He will certainly not come alone. I beg you, don't wait to intervene if things go wrong.
Be confident. I won't abandon you.
You should get in position. He'll be here soon.
Okay. Need to hide somewhere in the quarry. See, I knew this was a neat place, and there's finally something to do here. Head back here.
My friend, I'm so glad to see you. Because you owe us some explanations, don't you?
Ludwig.
Sir, let me explain. I wanted to do well. I was just a little rushed and...
Silence, fool! Not only have you been so clumsy with your handling that the quartermaster was informed, but in addition, you dared to plot with this legate, a noble that has already cost us dear. Do you no longer love your children, Alric? You want us to get rid of them? Is that it?
No, Mr. Egon, I beg you. Don't hurt them. I didn't have a choice. The legate came for an inspection, but I didn't tell him anything. I swear.
It's a shame, Alric. Egon loved you, but would replace you with someone else soon enough. Someone smarter. Get rid of him. I don't want to hear from this little roach any longer. As for me, I'm leaving for Hikmet. Try to be discreet. This legate doesn't seem willing to let go.
We're committed to protecting this man.
If we're going to help him, we will probably lose track of our man.
I beg you. I swear I didn't betray you. I'll give you everything you want. Bit of poison. Bit of...
Okay.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Okay. It won't let me go without jumping down.
Alive,
Darn.
Your Excellency.
Don't mention it. Alas, all this was useless. This man was not Egon.
I'm not sure that it's a person, Your Excellency. It may be the name given to the leaders of the gang. I don't know. But I will never be at peace until you arrest them, that's for sure.
That's exactly what I'm trying to
That's
do.
exactly.
But how can I find this man now?
He said he was going back to Hikmet, which is where he sends the stolen alcohol. I'm sorry. I have not been completely honest with you.
That's pretty
I could
far.
have told
That's
you that
far.
earlier, but I knew that without your protection, I would not survive. The deliveries are sent to a dispensary outside the town. No doubt to avoid arousing suspicion.
A dispensary? But what are they doing with all this alcohol?
I'm not sure, Your Excellency. But you'll no doubt find out if you go there.
Well,
Alright,
at least
then.
the fright Egon gave Auric managed to loosen his tongue.
Back up we go. And off to Hikmet. Yeah, the guy was wearing very Bridge Alliance-y clothes, so that seems reasonable. Oh, that's Kurt. My bad. Sorry, Kurt. You know, there's always bandits right over here, and I always just tear them apart. Alright, well, let's go. Nothing else to check out over here. I know this is the wrong direction, technically, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, that is actually very, very far. Like a full day's journey to talk to sell off stolen alcohol. It's pretty far. All right, what can we sell? That's pretty good, honestly. No one can use it though, really. I was thinking that would give me alchemy or something, but no. It's not like I use it. Once we finish this, we'll talk to Petrus again. Oops. Long way. Very dramatic music for this.
Come closer. Come closer. All my wares are in the vanguard of proof.
All right, let's see. Oh.
These islanders are drunk, and these guards don't look that official. I think we found where all the alcohol reserves on the island end up.
I'm about to get into a fight, aren't I?
On your way. There's nothing for a highness here.
Sorry, but we're entering all the same.
Oh yeah, we'll soon see about that.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
This is the man we saw at the quarry. We must stop him.
He's around here.
Bit of poison on my blade. Then let's go!
Surrender.
Oh, we got him, okay.
You are under arrest.
What am I accused of?
You are a high-ranking member of a criminal organization that has named itself Egon. And you did not hesitate to order a murder. So, even though the attempt failed, the gallows await you. Unless you decide to reveal everything you know.
I won't say a word. I won't give you anyone. I'd rather die.
If you really thought so, we would not be talking. You will be taken to New Serene. Manfred will know how to make you talk.
Okay. Worked out. I mean, not yet, but it will, I assume. Alright. Cool, we stopped him. At least for now. Let's see, what's next? We did not catch up with Egon, but that's fine. Inform Intendant Manfred. Yeah, let's do that. There's a camp right there. Let's go there. Just travel from the campsite, huh? So I guess they were selling the alcohol to natives? Is this like a firewater kind of thing? I'm guessing. Let's travel back to New Serene. What happened to... I could have sworn it was pronounced Serene. What happened there? Why is it Serene now? Let's keep going. Let it load, I suppose. I think this actually would provide a good counterexample to the blackmail point we were talking about earlier. How blackmailing somebody, like we were doing with the cardinal, that is, again, we're threatening to do something that we have a right to do. That is, publicize information. Excuse me, that we licitly have access to. On the other hand, what Egon et al. Are doing here is quite different. This is not blackmail, or at least what they were doing to the customs guy. This was not blackmail. This was extortion. Extortion is very different. It is the same idea. You are threatening someone with doing something and demanding that they do something in return, whether that is giving you something or whatever else. Oh, Kevin was here, but shaving the old noggin. Hey, same-ish. Well, Erica did it, but cut my hair today, so it's a little ways shorter. Nice, doesn't tangle up the headphones so much. But you, with your very smooth, shiny head, that's quite a difference. I can't really do that. I have a weird shaped head, so I don't look right bald. In any case, though, like I said, there's a significant difference. Extortion, where you are threatening to do something which is in fact criminal. You're threatening to actually hurt someone or actually take something from someone, steal or destroy, or in this case, harm his children, that kind of thing. So your threat is something that you don't have a right to do. Whereas in blackmail, you're threatening to do something that you have a perfect right to do. And so this is, at least, I believe, again, I think it was Walter Block's argument for why blackmail is not technically criminal, even though extortion, which seems very similar, is still criminal, still aggression, still impermissible under libertarian legal theory.
Hello, Your Excellency. What can I do for you?
Yep, Erica says we shaved my head shorter today too. Shorter, not all the way, but yeah, it's, as you can see, a little bit. I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, I think I like it. I like it. It works better with the headphones as well. Nothing getting all tangled up in there. My big old over-ear headphones. I actually really do like these though. It's, but yeah, it kind of requires short hair, especially on the sides. But I don't mind. I think it looks good. And despite it suddenly getting cold today, but I mean, Florida cold, it's like 40s, actually, probably like 45 degrees out. Actually don't know. But it was like 50 when I started streaming, and that was an hour ago. It was 50 and dropping pretty swiftly. Which is very nice. I mowed the lawn today, didn't even sweat much. Oh man, it's very nice out. Anyway, so let's see.
Was the captain we arrested transferred to you?
Yes, and we began to question him. It appears that he was paid by Governor Buren. The governor tasked him with weakening the natives as much as possible in order to muzzle the rebellion. They were trying to poison the natives with alcohol, but they needed a lot to do it. Their entire smuggling operation revolved around that.
Oh.
Did you contact the governor?
Yes.
So they weren't selling it to the
natives.
natives.
He sent us a letter apologizing, saying he didn't know he was dealing with criminals. His letter was accompanied by a letter of marque,
to compensate the merchants who suffered in this case.
Which doesn't mean that he will abandon these despicable methods. Is there any news on Egon? We're no longer certain it's even a person.
Even though that name might refer to the organization, someone must be leading it. And that's who we have to stop. Alas, for now, the captain doesn't want to tell us any more. So the interrogation continues. We're waiting for answers on that point. I need your help.
Many knuckles cracking apparently, but
I'm listening.
The Admiral sent us a furiously worded letter. One of their ships was commandeered by our troops.
Excuse me?
The San Mateus garrison. But I know Herbert is quartermaster. He's an honest man. I'm not saying that the Admiral is lying to us, but I don't understand what could have happened. Whatever the case may be, the Admiral is threatening to refuse all transportation to our men. This will not only hurt the Guard, but also all the nations that employ us. We need someone diplomatic, able to piece this whole story together.
This is an interesting quest
Can I
line.
count on you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will go see Admiral Cabral and try to understand what happened.
Is this just like the general intrigue plotline? Like everything intrigue is all here? Interesting. We have Vasca with us, so cool. Let's just go do it. Kevin says, yeah, looks good. Plus, short no hair is very practical. It is. It is. Especially, honestly, I have to say, especially in Florida, just because it makes such a difference for both cooling, just kind of keeping relatively cool, because otherwise it like long hair actually does get relatively hot and kind of irritating. But more importantly, I am relevantly Sicilian. I'm gonna put it that way. I'm Sicilian enough such that when it gets hot, I sweat profusely from my head. And if I have long hair, you can imagine what it does. It just goes awfully, just sticks to my entire face. And it's gross, it's unpleasant, it's inconvenient. So I've always kind of preferred short hair, really. With rare exceptions, I tried it. I tried having longer hair kind of during college, but that was really all. And I don't know. I feel like it was kind of a mistake. Then again, I had longer hair when I met Erica, so she must have liked something about it. I always like to point out that at the time the first Thor movie came out, I basically looked like Fandral. Almost exactly, like eerily like Fandral when the first one came out. They changed actors by the second one, so we didn't get to carry that through, because the new guy didn't look anything like me, and I changed my hair and I changed my beard and stuff by then anyway. So, but anyway, in the first one, I had just a goatee. I had the hair that did the swoop thing, and I LARPed with a rapier, so it fit disturbingly well.
You have come at the right time, Your Excellency. I am in a delicate situation, and your help would be invaluable.
I'm listening, Admiral.
Captain Reuben warned me that he suspected a member of his crew of being a spy. It is almost certain she sent secret navigation information to foreigners.
Why ask me to take care of it?
This is a very serious accusation. One that results in a member of the guild being expelled. The Norts are like a family, very connected, but also likely to carry resentment. I think an external view is required to be certain that there will be no bias. Anyway, their ship is anchored at New Serene. Your authority will allow you to get more answers than us.
Kind of weird that she has a native
What is
sword.
the exact nature of the information that
At least
could
it
have
looks
been
like it.
sent?
It's up to you to find out. But all the Norts know how we navigate our ships. You've seen the techniques we use, and you know we want to keep them secret.
How does she know
I
that?
agree. Where
How
can
does
I
she
find
know that?
Captain Reuben?
At the port in your town. You know his ship. It was Captain Vasco's before he landed. I'm counting on you, Your Excellency. We must shed light on this case.
Okay. The Admiral's Secret Service. I love that. Yeah, let's hear more about the ship. I mean, we sailed across the sea in it, so we're intimately familiar, but I, the player, am not necessarily, so let's see.
Manfred, the quartermaster of New Serene Garrison, told me that he'd received a letter from you. Was one of your ships hijacked by the Guard?
The Trident and its crew were commandeered by the San Mateus garrison. Commandeered? We will not let ourselves be threatened by these land pirates. The Guard has no idea who it is dealing with. I've already sent several of our warships to board the Trident and release its crew. The Guards taken on board shall be given no quarter.
I understand, Admiral. But
that's
Quartermaster
fair.
Manfred was as surprised as you to hear this news.
Probably fair.
That's why he asked me to investigate. The Guard never gave the order for such an operation.
So these mercenaries do not even know how to manage their men. Remarkable. We will not deal with the Guard until Manfred cleans up his ranks. No more of these hireling thugs will set foot on my ships. The nobles will just have to do without their bodyguards.
I will tell them, Admiral. And know that I am fully aware of the problems that caused this act of piracy. Not only for the Guard, but for all the nations on this island. I will do everything to find those responsible.
Is this saying this has something to do with the coup?
I will eagerly await your news.
Anything
else?
Wait, is that implying that the coup, that this was the sort of same operation as the coup? They were trying to take over the Knots as well?
Until we meet again, Admiral. The Admiral knows that we can't do anything without the force of the Guard. By prohibiting them from transport, she is putting everyone at risk, leaving us to take care of the problem.
At the same time, she has something to be mad about. This is the first time in our history that anyone has dared to attack our ships.
That seems kind of crazy, that no one has ever dared to attack sea vessels. Man, the Knots are obscenely powerful. It makes me almost wish that I had revealed their secrets. Because if that's the case, then that is an obscene amount of power just through clever monopolism. Monopolism? Is that I think that's a word. I mean, as far as I can tell, none of it is, I won't say untoward, but none of it's explicitly violent or fraudulent. But man, that is an obscene amount of power, and that is a dangerous amount of power for an organization. I mean, it's analogous to something like the big tech monopolies and stuff like that. It's not like they're, well, maybe to some extent, but to a large degree, it's not like they're committing acts of aggression by their weird censoring of information, but the power that they have over the market to be able to do that is dangerous, both to themselves and to the people they interact with. Now, that said, maybe the situation is a little bit disanalogous because there is a very tight relationship with governments when it comes to big tech. At the same time, maybe there is a similar such relationship between the Knots and the various nations. So maybe we can say that. But regardless, it's one of those cases where power, the corrupting influence and conglomeration and accumulation of power can happen without it being at least immediately aggressive.
Captain Reuben?
Aye, the man himself. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
De Sade, legate of the merchant congregation. And I'm sure you know my companion.
Vasco. Oh, do not worry. The seahorse is in good hands.
I'm sure, Reuben.
What brings you here?
Oh, that
the
sounded
Admiral
hostile.
asked me to shed light on your little problem of indiscretion in your ranks.
I see. I would be happy to answer any questions you have.
You told the Admiral that you suspect one of your crew members.
Indeed. The young apprentice sailor, Alba. A committed volunteer from Teleme. She only joined us a short time ago. Did you want to know anything else?
What led you to these suspicions?
Well, the girl's behavior. She was very eager at first, very willing, almost too much. Then, suddenly, she became nervous. She isolated herself and did not speak to others. She's a recent recruit, which inevitably raised some doubts about her vocation. Sometimes I saw her hanging around my cabin. My papers were often disturbed, and since we've returned to port, she's almost never on board. Well, you can understand my concern, but you should probably talk to the other members of the crew. They may know something else.
It's true.
Ultimately, your strong suspicion stems from the fact that she's sea-given.
A recent sea-given. She did not join us as a child, but you know how rare volunteers are, especially from Taleme. Did you want to know anything else?
So maybe she's spying from Taleme?
The Admiral told me that you were the new captain of the ship we arrived on.
The Seahorse? Yes. It's an excellent ship and a good crew. But you did the crossing. You know it as well as me. Did you want to know anything else?
Well, okay.
Do you know what information she may have sent?
I don't know exactly what you know about our navigation methods.
Let's say that magic does not have much to do with it.
I see. Well, of course she knows that too. She saw some of our machines on board, and by searching through my papers, she could get even more sensitive information. Did you want to know anything else?
That'll be all, Captain. Thank you.
Okay, so talk to some crew members.
Hey, happy to see you again. How have things been going for you since your crossing?
Good, thank you. Even if I've got quite a list of errands to check off.
Then straight to it. What can I do for you?
This is almost certainly a man. That seems a little.
I'm looking for a Nort.
I'm assuming that's just a
young
mistake.
woman going by the name of Alba.
I
Who
know
knows
her.
these days?
She joined our crew at the same time as our new captain. Did you try the tavern? Don't give me that look there. I've kept from the bottle since that story with Jonas, you know that. No matter. When we're at dock, there's nothing much else to do. It might be that little Alba went there to take a look.
God, that's right.
Anything else?
The kid that was kidnapped by his original parents.
I need to go.
Wow.
Farewell.
Smooth sailing.
Oh, Kevin says I was wrong. I have to go for the night. The Grizz wants to play a game. Look forward to Thursday. I have some ideas for discussion rolling around up there. All right, well, I'll see you then. If you're still around, let me know if you are interested in doing a kind of watch together for that documentary I was talking about from Sir Roger Scruton. I'd love to do that
Your
sometime this week, maybe.
Excellency, I am so pleased to see you again.
The pleasure is shared.
Captain,
Good day, Jonas.
what can I do for you?
I would like you to tell me anything you can about a member of your crew. Alba.
She joined our party recently, but I like her already. She works hard and is full of courage. You know, she is one of those rare knots that joined of her own volition, and she did everything she could to become one of our own. Until we arrived here.
Weird
She
that he doesn't have
suddenly became
tattoos.
distraught and frightened. It brought back memories.
Do you know where I could find her? I'd like to ask her some questions.
No, I've not seen her for a while. Maybe at the tavern? She was playing cards there from time to time. Anything else, Your Excellency?
How have things been since you made it back?
Very good. Everyone's been looking out for me extra careful, like. I do miss my parents from time to time. But I don't miss the warehouse or the mercenaries. My real family is on the waves. Thanks for helping me to return to them. Anything else, Your
Well, that's good.
Excellency?
I'm glad he's
I'm
doing
afraid
well
I
here.
need to be going. Watch out for yourself.
Captain, delighted to see you again. We've missed you. Your Excellency, it's a pleasure. What can I do for you?
We have a few questions to ask you, Flavio.
I'm all yours, Captain.
Can you tell me anything about Alba?
I don't know her very well. She only joined our crew, but she pulls her weight. You can't hold that against her. You might say she shows a little too much zeal even, at times. That being said, ever since we got here, I found her a little distraught. You could even say nervous.
Would you know where I could find her?
No, I wouldn't. Where's she missed roll call? Well, I hope she didn't do something stupid. These committed volunteers, we never know if we can trust them. Anything else?
No, that's all.
I need to be off.
Suppose.
Perhaps we'll meet later.
Farewell, then.
All right.
This does not help us much. The girl has changed her attitude.
Pardon me.
I agree. But maybe she had good reason for it. Lost at cards. Heartache, homesick. What do I know?
We were told that she was sometimes at the tavern. We should take a look there.
Well, let's go see them, shall we? Hey, WizKid. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We've been talking a good deal about some wacky bits of libertarian legal theory. Oh, that's... Oh, God. WizKid asks, why does the sailor lady have a beard? It's a tattoo. If you look at Vasco, let me see if I can get close enough. Kind of. You look down there at Vasco, right down there. Naughts all have facial tattoos, and apparently they all have different like rank meanings and stuff like that. And some of the first ones you get are here and up here. So hers are very unfortunate. They look like a goatee and winged eyelashes. That's not a beard. I'm gonna go back and look. WizKid, not a beard. Let's go. Let's go look. Let's go look. We'll go talk to her again. And get a good look. Technically, you could just rewind the stream. But why would you do that? Let's see. Let's look. Let's get a good look at her. Let's see. Yeah.
Good day. What
Oh.
can I do for you?
See?
We have a few questions.
Not a beard.
To ask you, Flavia.
I'm all yours, Captain.
Look at that. That's... what you think of the island? So we can hear her talk for a little bit. Let's see. Let's look at this.
More than on the continent, that's
See?
certain.
That's not a beard.
But being on solid ground always makes me
Tattoos.
feel a little too
Tattoos.
anchored, especially after what happened to Jonas. The island is beautiful, the natives rather friendly, but all said and done, it's off the coast where I truly feel at home. Anything else?
That's not a beard. Oh, I could speak to Vasco. That's true. But
I need to be
yeah.
off.
See,
Perhaps
WizKid
we'll
says
meet
fine.
later.
He agrees that
Farewell,
it's not a
then.
beard eventually. So no, not a beard. Really unfortunate tattoo placement. I mean, there isn't really a fortunate place for facial tattoos, but that in particular is just kind of... That's unfortunate in particular. It does look like a little goatee. I will give you that. I will grant you that. Anyway. Anyway, how you been? We are, we're on the intrigue quest line this evening. Having nothing at all to do with the thumbnail, which is very festive.
These drunkards will eventually start fighting. We can't let them get away with it.
That's it.
Hey, stop.
Come on, gentlemen. Please calm down.
Hey, you are guests here. Behave appropriately.
Who are you to give us orders?
That's true. You want to see how tough? Oh, you don't know who you're messing with.
They're totally drunk. I doubt we can make them see sense.
So are we gonna punch him?
You better get out of here unless you want to end up in jail.
Ooh, he thinks we'll allow that to happen.
On guard, sir! On guard!
Oh, this is gonna go well. Magic him. Wow. Knock them all out cold, take all their money. That's a nice pistol. Gosh. Is that any better for Vasco? That's not right. Jesus. No, that's much worse. All right. Whiskit says they still haven't given me access to my damn syllabi. That's horrific. That's awful. Don't your classes start like tomorrow?
Hello, Your Excellency.
Your Excellency, such elegance. You really are honouring your uncle.
Oh, thanks. Let's see.
Hello, my darlings. It's rare to see the upper crust in here. It must be my lucky day. Do you and yours
like
want
that.
to have a good time? I could call a few friends.
I'm sorry, but I'm not here for that.
Really? What would you like, then?
Wow, her attitude shifted. Oh,
let you
nothing.
get on.
Okay, never mind.
What a shame. Come back soon.
It says, oh yeah, that went real well. For you. It went well for you. Oh my gosh, yeah, so your classes start the day after tomorrow.
Hey, look
Yay!
at that. The upper crust coming to slum it at the tavern.
Change your tone, soldier. You're speaking to the legate of the congregation.
Oh,
I think he knows that.
my apologies, Captain. I didn't know. How may I help you?
Nothing.
That'll be all, soldier.
Nothing, I guess. Yeah. Barkeeper, no?
What can I pull for you?
I'm looking for a young Nort. She goes by the name of Alba and sails on Captain Reuben's ship.
I wouldn't know who that is. Why don't you go and ask that fellow over there? He often shares a bottle with the sailors. He might remember your Nort. Anything else?
Give me
by
a
everyone
bottle of
around.
your best drink.
There you go. But be careful. She's got a strong bite.
Okay.
Oh, here you are again. More questions?
We're looking for a young Nort. She's part of Captain Reuben's crew.
Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. A girl who loses her pay with style. But I don't know where she is. She looked sad last time I saw her. Didn't have her head in the game.
We're looking for a young Nort.
Oh, we already said that. Okay. Alright. Anyway, I was also just talking about, Whiskate, I was just talking about wanting to, at some point, do that watch together. See if we can, see if I can find and we can watch on Discord or something that, that documentary, the, from Roger Scruton, Why Beauty Matters. Fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it is absolutely incredible. And I think it would be worthwhile to do a sort of watch together discussion kind of thing on it. But that could be a lot of fun. So let me know. Let me know if you're free sometime this week. Maybe could be tomorrow. Maybe Friday. No, we're doing some. I mean, we have D&D Friday, but sometime during the day maybe. I'm free most of the week. But if you or anybody else watching this now or watching this back, let me know. Something I would absolutely love to do.
Have you ever heard her talk about secrets or documents she would like to exchange?
Are you asking me if she's a spy? No idea she told
Yeah, that
me
was
nothing.
unsubtle.
But if that's why you're looking for her, I may have seen things that might interest you. I'm often mistaken for a drunkard, so they pay no attention to me. But I see...
Who would ever think that you were a drunkard?
Tell me what you saw. This should quench your thirst. So, what did you see?
Well, returning late at night, I spotted a guy I'd seen before at the tavern. He often spent time with the Norts, and he was in the street, fiddling with a stone, looking suspicious. So, I took a closer look when he left. I thought he'd stashed money or something, but no. There was a box under the stone, but there was no gold inside, just papers. They were messages, and from the look of the guy, they couldn't be love letters. Now, I don't know how to read, so I couldn't understand what it was about, but maybe those were your secrets?
Where is this hiding place?
Cross the bridge at the exit of the town. On the left, look for the stone. The box is underneath.
Thank you, soldier.
My pleasure, friend.
Nice.
Do you want to know anything else?
No, that's all.
That'll be all, soldier. Thank you.
Okay, Eric's got to go. I will, hopefully, there won't be any thought bots tonight. They really only attack Thursdays. Or they're the worst on Thursdays. So, we'll see. WizKid says, that could be really fun whenever, just assuming I don't actually get called for jury duty. Now, here's a thought. I will say, if you do, don't forget that jury nullification is a perfectly legal thing. It is part and parcel of our judicial system. And it is, in fact, a very important part of our judicial system. So if you do happen to get picked for some reason, well, keep that in mind. Beyond that, I will also say a couple of other things. One, if you say the words jury nullification in almost any context, you won't be picked. Almost certainly, which is very unfortunate. But if you don't want to be, say those words in any context, and you'll almost certainly be picked. On the other hand, I will see if I can find another thing, which again is perfectly legal and part of our judicial system, some pamphlets that you can print out on jury nullification. Where's this stone he was talking about? Some pamphlets on jury nullification that you can print out and either hand out to fellow potential jurors, or just leave around the jury area. Leave them out. Again, perfectly legal, and all that, and it's I think I would say a very important part of our judicial system that often gets neglected. There it is. WizKid says that's why you just don't bring it up after the fact. Wait, what did I not bring up after? Oh, the jury nullification? Yeah, true.
This stone must be the one the soldier told us about.
Yeah, if you actually want to get called, don't say it.
It's a dead drop. It's
I mean,
suspicious, but it doesn't reveal any secrets or who uses it.
Well then, we'll have to catch whoever uses it red-handed.
If you're
hide in these bushes and wait for someone to come.
Okay, cool. I will say, though, if you are asked about it directly, you kind of do have an obligation, at least a moral obligation, if not a legal obligation, to say if you're asked directly. But if you're not asked directly, just like, don't worry about it, you know? Where am I supposed to go? Oh, up there, okay. There is a way up there. All right. Yeah, if you do want to be called, which is rare, I understand, but if you do want to be called for the jury, don't say anything about it unless you're asked directly.
So, shall we wait here?
Yeah. That said, it might be more worth your time to just spread the word about it and then say it out loud. If you'd rather do other things instead of serve on the jury. So, your decision, obviously, but I mean, it's not whether to serve on the jury is not technically your decision. It is forced labor, so there's that, but whatever. Anyway, speaking of libertarian legal theory, yeah, let's go for it. Okay.
That's it. Suspect inside.
There he is. Get him. Hey, what are we... Where'd he go? Darn it. How do I get down? Why is it not letting me down? Hey.
He's only a messenger. We should follow.
Oh. He's a messenger. Okay, that's why it wasn't letting me down. Okay, so we have to follow him discreetly. Relatively discreetly. That is true. It would be educational at the very least. I've never served on a real jury. I've served on a mock jury once for a law firm that was like doing case research, that sort of thing. There we go. Hey, friend. How's it
Well,
going?
gentlemen, what are you plotting?
Fool! They followed us!
But I was careful.
I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and you have been caught plotting treason. So I suggest you talk. What do these messages contain, and what are they about?
You're wasting your time. I won't say a word.
Do you realize that you are suspected of espionage and conspiracy? Don't you think you better explain yourself?
Wait! I don't want to end up in jail. It's not about the secrets of the congregation. Let me explain. Some time ago, it was rumored that the secrets of the Norts were for sale. My country was interested. So I started exchanging messages as you've been doing. The Nort who was willing to give up these secrets demanded a fortune. He also wanted to become a citizen, but we were only at the negotiation stage. For the moment, I have received nothing concrete. Just promises.
Who is the Nort you're talking to?
I've no idea. The messages were signed White Rose, but I doubt it's a real name.
Very well. You seem to be telling the truth.
Alba means white to Sarday, but it's a little unsubstantial.
And give me the message in your possession before leaving.
Clever.
Very well. Here it is. Now, if you'll allow me, I will leave the town.
Good idea. Okay, back to the Admiral then. That seems successful. Yeah, even the mock jury was that was a good experience. There was a lot that I learned even from that. Just like, what? I can fix that. There we go. Yeah, there was a lot I learned from that, and that wasn't even like an actual trial, so it was neat. I've only actually been not called for the jury, but even been summoned for jury duty, I think twice. One time I mentioned my education and my political leanings, and also political activism, because I was a semi-professional activist at the time. This was in college, and they said don't bother. The other time I had just moved, and I hadn't like changed my license yet, and so I was called to jury duty in the wrong county. So what this effectively meant was that I was sent home because I wasn't a resident anymore. I was there for half the day. I wasted half my day, but still, you know.
Ah,
Now
Your
it goes.
Excellency. So, what did you discover?
There is indeed a spy among the Norts, but the spy's identity remains to be proven. Take this. I have recovered this note, which seems to suggest that your secrets have been offered to several buyers. The Alliance citizen we met did not win the bid.
I knew it. My logbook has just been stolen, and of course Alba is missing. Do we really still need proof?
This book must be found at all costs before Alba sells. Your Excellency, can we count on you once more?
I would like to help you, but this island is vast. How could I possibly hope to find...
Alba is from Taleme. She probably took refuge in San Mateus.
This reduces the search area a little. What do you say, Your Excellency?
This is a trail that deserves to be followed. I will keep you updated, Admiral.
Well, all right then. Okay. So I need to investigate the barracks in San Mateus and the spy in San Mateus. So to San Mateus. There's a lot of quests in San Mateus compared to relatively few in Hikmet, which I kind of like, because I kind of just like San Mateus better, because I kind of just like Taleme better. Yeah, anyway, sell it. Sell them. How am I getting more and more weight that I'm carrying? Carrying more and more stuff. These two, yeah, still good. I'm doing coin guard stuff and I'm doing not stuff. So, sounds good. Sounds good to me.
Go find Fernando. Do you remember him? He should be able to inform us.
Yes, I remember Fernando. Let's go and see him.
Oh, crap. Yeah, we'll do that first, I suppose. I will say that that the reasons people are more likely to be not selected for juries are a little bit depressing. For example, if you have any expertise in the subject matter of the case, you'll almost certainly not be selected. So if it's about, if the case is about, has something to do with, your field of expertise. So if you're a really common one is if you're a realtor, then a lot of contract law cases you won't be selected for. Because realtors are really, really, they know their shit when it comes to contracts, things like that. Other examples, for another example, there would be, what is this? Investigate. I want to investigate, but I should probably dress as a not. There we go, just to be safe. Oh, well, hello. Never mind. But so, like, if you, I really hope you guys can't hear that. Is that coming through on your end, the beeping? I may need to close my window. Anyway, I think it might have stopped. It wasn't an alarm because it was weirdly irregular. It was just somebody just going at 10:30. Anyway, unrelatedly, what the hell was I saying even? Right, so if you have expertise in the area, you probably won't be selected. If you have knowledge of the legal system to any degree, and that includes, like, you're aware of things like jury nullification, stuff like that, you probably won't be selected. If you're highly educated, you're less likely to be selected. So, like, when I told them I have a master's degree in philosophy, they're like, oh, that was when I was told don't bother in that case. And I was like, oh, well, that's cool. All right, that's good to know. I did mention, okay, wait, no. I'm trying to remember, I think I may have mentioned jury nullification in the reasons thing in that time. It was a while ago. But yeah, they're far less likely to select experts. They're less likely to select people with any legal knowledge, and they're less likely to select intelligent people in general. Juries are selected on the basis of, I hate to say, stupidity and ignorance. So, yeah, that does not give me a ton of confidence in the legal system, and it shouldn't. If anything, I would probably prefer a professional jury system, but what are you gonna do?
Good day, Desade. How can I help you?
We're looking for a young Naut named Alba on behalf of the Admiral.
I've heard about her. Several crew members told me that one of our own was looking to leave the island. You should ask them if you want to learn more. They should be near the boarding area. But me? I've not seen her. More questions?
We're looking for a young...
Oh, we already did. Okay.
You should ask them. But me? More questions?
No, that's it.
Thanks.
Okay.
I've got everything I need.
All right. So, yeah, I'll also say the whole jury of your peers thing is a almost hilarious farce. Because if I were to have a jury of my peers, it would be other Catholic moral philosophers, which really would lend a different tenor to the arguments, if not just simply a different result. But this is what comes from the disturbingly egalitarian legal philosophy well, I mean, I'll just say in generally in sort of Anglo-American jurisprudence. Yeah. Peers just means fellow citizens. It does not mean peers in any kind of proper sense. Wiskett says it'd be different if the jury wasn't selected by the two sides. If anyone could get picked, it really should be truly random. I do think that both sides agreeing is a very important check on potential abuse. Right? Because if you can veto jurors selected by the other side, yes, that does boil it down to a common denominator, but that also gets rid of the problem of it simply being truly random, where you can have a complete Yahoo selected there. And again, this is a problem that would be completely solved by professional juries and professional jurors. But can't do that because jury of your peers, again, what the hell does that even mean in a wildly egalitarian context like our Anglo-American legal system? The common law tradition with its incredible radical egalitarianism, it provides problems when stuff like this comes up.
Your Excellency, Captain Vasco, what fair wind brings you here?
We're looking for a young Naut who arrived from New Serene a short time ago. Her name is Alba.
Yes, I remember her well. The poor child wanted to flee her father, who wanted to take her back to the com. She asked me when our ship was leaving, and if I thought we could take her on board. I told her she'd better talk to the captain, but we weren't leaving right away in any case, so she left.
See, she has the goatee too.
You say she was fleeing her father?
Yes, that's what she said. He followed her here to take her back to Thélème. Poor child.
Did she tell you what his name was?
Yes. She told me that if a certain gentleman, Lorenz? That's it, Lorenz. If he was asking after her, I should send him packing.
Surely it was a fake excuse. We're looking for her for espionage and treason.
Really? Yet she seems sincere. Treason? I can't believe it.
Why would she be avoiding Lorenz?
If her father is actually here, do you have any idea where
Is it actually her
might find
father?
him?
Well, at one point I asked her why she was not waiting at the tavern for a ship to leave. She told me she could not go to the tavern, so maybe that's where you'll find him.
Okay, maybe. All right.
I must leave you.
Weird. Okay, Wiskett says, it's a crapshoot. Our system is likely the most frustratingly compromising one there is. And that's probably a good thing, despite how irritating it can be. I mean, it's a good thing it's a good thing for some reasons, and it's a bad thing for other reasons. It really is a crapshoot, like you said. There's a lot good about it, but then there's a lot of bad about it too. We have this weird delusion as well that we can sequester jurors and we can have an impartial jury. That's also delusional. Take the biggest high-profile case recently, the Ghislaine Maxwell case. Do you really think that the jurors had no preconceptions about Ghislaine Maxwell or Jeffrey Epstein? None. When they ruled on that case. Do you really think so? Because if you do, I don't know what to say to you. I think that I think you're anyone who thinks that jurors can be truly naive, but a big case like that is is so incredibly blue-pilled that they're basically Agent Smith, to carry through the Matrix analogy. It's ridiculous. Rittenhouse case 2, O.J. Simpson case, take your pick. High-profile cases, there's absolutely no way you can have an unbiased jury, or at least a neutral, impartial, uninformed jury, or whatever. Now, that, to be fair, England does it worse by making reporting on an active case illegal. That's what Tommy Robinson, that's his name. That's what he got in prison for, and almost killed in prison for. Well, he was reporting on grooming gangs in London, and they arrested him because he was reporting on it, because no one was. Instead of sequestering jurors, which again is pointless, but whatever. Wiskett says perhaps it was in like the 1700s. Now with meme magic and the internet, not really. We're down to the damn Amish at this point. Yeah, pretty much. Like, I made this comment with what was it? My video about Lent in Clown World and Mardi Gras. When I was talking about inversion festivals and mimetics and how the world is upside down already, and I was pointing out how like things like Mardi Gras are supposed to be inversion festivals where crazy stuff happens, where we let loose our the socially taboo. We let the periphery in for a festival so that it can have its place, and so that it doesn't try to take over. But the world has been taken over by the strange and the bizarre and the weird and the off color, the clowns. And so that's why you can't have things like Mardi Gras work properly in a society like ours. So like if you look at my example of this was Mardi Gras 2020, I think. Yeah, it must have been. There was a float in the Mardi Gras parade in New Orleans of Hillary Clinton strangling Jeffrey Epstein. Hilarious, but Mardi Gras is supposed to be like subversive, you know? Whereas Epstein didn't kill himself had been a meme since he didn't kill himself. It's not like this was anything new and subversive and out there, you know? It was just what everybody talked about. So it's not like it was something really that crazy or that out there. It was just kind of things happened. Not that strange. It's not subversive. It's not the periphery. It's the normal everyday goings on of clown world society. Wiskits ever mentioned to you how much I despise England post World War II? Yeah, where you need a permit to buy a knife. Yeah, stuff like that. A joke. It is a joke of a country. Anyway, yeah,
hello.
True.
Are you Master Lorenz?
Indeed, sir. What do you want from me?
My name is Desardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation, and I have a few questions for you. We're looking for a young Naut called Alba. We were told that you're her father.
Alba, what a stupid name. Her real name is Clara, and yes, she is my daughter, although she chose to deny.
Have you seen her recently?
Alas, no. Otherwise, I would have brought that little idiot back to Teleme. Why did she have to leave? What madness could make her leave the convent to go to sea?
Your daughter is accused of espionage and treason by the Nauts. Do you think she could be guilty?
Espionage? I can't believe it. But treason? How can it be denied? She rejected her country, her faith, and her family by getting on that ship. But I will soon bring her back on the right path. I hired a sleuth from the Ordo Luminis.
Tell me more about this sleuth.
Some Inquisitors are specialists in hunting criminals, or heretics, or young scatterbrains. That's certainly the case with this Johannes. He will bring her back to me, and she will return to the convent in Teleme.
Do you know where we could find him? Maybe he could help us.
His last message was about a missionary camp where he had followed her near Something or
Oh,
other.
and Shaganat.
I'm sorry, I
Actually,
can't
remember
remember
that.
those island names.
Thank you, sir.
If you find her, bring her back to me. She will no longer have the chance to betray anyone at the convent. I hope we're done.
I mean, okay.
I'll leave you, sir.
A missionary camp near a village whose name begins with wench.
Could it be Wenshavier, the village of Katasak? We know there were missionaries in the area.
That's it. Let's go.
I got it wrong. Wizkid says memes make it worse because their crazy stuff gets disseminated far, far further than it ever could before the internet. Yeah, and there is an incentive for them to spread very, very, very quickly as well, which wouldn't have been there before. All right, let's see, what do we got? We still have this to do. We still have the barracks to investigate, so we can do that before we leave. However, I think unfortunately, I am going to have to wrap early tonight. So before we do that, I will, I think I'm going to have to call it a night. So, I'm sorry for the early end, but I will see you guys on Thursday. We're going to be picking up right from where we left off, playing Dragon Age Inquisition. And sometime before then, do let me know, WizKid, Kevin, anybody who happens to watch this back or happens to also be watching, do let me know if you're interested. Just let me know on the Discord if you're interested in doing a watch together and discussion maybe of the documentary from Sir Roger Scruton. I think it's a fantastic one, and like I said, I think it's absolutely worth watching for just about anybody. So, thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Let's do a quick sing. Here we go. Thank you everyone for joining me tonight. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, I hope to see you next time. Good night.